Hey there YouTube, Double Slasher here coming to you with a holiday video, my top 5 Vanguard decks of 2015. This is my personal opinion of what are the top 5 decks for this year, so you may debate, or if you think otherwise, you may leave a comment down below. And honorable mentions goes to Chaos Breaker Dragon, Link Joker, and Gear Chronicle. Chaos Breaker doesn't make my top 5 because it's expected to be a top deck once the new support came out in Japan, and while Gear Chronicles only started to top because people are starting to recognize the power of Chrono Dragon X stage and how diverse the Gear Chronicles could be. So anyways, here's the top 5. At number 5 we have Abyss Revenger, probably the most overrated clan, and it was very expected to make the list only because it has topped since last year, and it has topped in multiple qualifiers this year, and due to the new legend deck support it got this year, and it got probably one of the most broken G units in the game. At number 4 we have Ripples. The only reason it makes the list is because, even despite its being a new subclan that's been topping recently, is because uh, no one expected this subclan to work out until they read the new card it got, Audacious, and because of that one grade 1 unit, this deck has been very controversial in terms of how people play, because all you have to do is stick to grade 2 to your Pavrov and keep pressuring the opponent, especially if they were running a Generation Break or Stride centric or even Legion centric clans, or all you have to do is stick to 2, keep pressuring, keep calling multiple copies, riding and calling one from your soul until they run out of options, then you ride your grade 3, maybe perform a Legion or Stride to end it. At number 3, it's Staves, Lambros that deck. I know it's cheating to put 2 Aquaphors in the list, but honestly, 2015 is the year for the Aquaphors. They have gotten more support than probably Shadow Paladin and Gear Chronicles, and the support they got is probably the second most powerful G unit next to Diablo. Lambros practically made any form of Aquaforce that can perform 4 battles into a devastating attack, and barely any clan can survive withstanding 4th and 5th attack with extra 10k power each. At number 2, it's Angel Feather. It's higher on the list because it went from a very low tier clan into a very powerful clan, because in the show, when an antagonist gets a hold of a certain clan, it gets a very powerful support, and it's very apparent here because Bushiroad finally gave Angel Feathers what people have been asking for, a way to heal themselves outside of heal triggers, as well as giving them a way to power up their columns very efficiently, and not to mention Gabrielle, their Strider, as the Generation Break. If you have her on Generation Break 2, it becomes a Samshell, which is very useful for defensive purposes. And actually, Angel Feather managed to win I think 2 to 3 qualifiers, so their power is undeniable. In number 1, it's Sanctuary Guard. In my top 5 grade 2s, Sword Me makes the number 1 because of how versatile it is in non-Jewel Knight decks. In this case, Sanctuary Guard abuses Sword Me to its full by using it to call multiple grade 1s, and since Regally doesn't use any cost whatsoever, it's very easy for any Sanctuary Guards to power up their columns to pushing for at least 25k or higher, make pushing for 5 to 6 damage in less than 3 strides. This is an example of why Bushiroad is considering Sword Me to be restricted, and it's probably justified because of how powerful it is with this deck. And that's my top 5 Vanguard decks for 2015. If your favorite clans or decks didn't make the list, you can put it in the comments below, and happy holidays!